this offseason, looking awfully good. In fact, it was reminiscent, Marcus, of another defensive lineman. I see no difference.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. No, it was not. Why the hell would y'all do this? Why would y'all do this? I'm fat strong. This is lean strong. Don't let lean strong and fat strong exist in the same arena, okay? Y'all just killed all my muscle showing.
I will tell you, if I were built like Myles Garrett, I would not own a shirt. I would never literally ever wear one. You'd be depriving the world of this visage.
I've been working out too, you didn't ask me.
No, you look terrific, absolutely.
Wait,
Come on. Let's go.
You see it?
I see it. Yes, I see it. Of course I do.
Shout out Corona for that.
My goodness, the only person up
Gee,
here with
you
no
don't have to
muscles
wear.
is me.
Gee, you don't have to wear a shirt now, man. Gee, just take wear a tank top on this show, man. You don't have to wear a shirt now. Don't worry about
Let's
it.
roll hour
Don't worry
number
about
2 if we can. We got Swagoo, we got Saturday, we got Kmart over here, and we got the Dallas Cowboys in Hollywood, quite literally. And as Micah Parsons awaits a response to his trade request, the man in the center of it all, Cowboys owner and GM Jerry Jones, at the center of the attention at the premiere of his Netflix docuseries last night. Jerry was joined by a host of Cowboys legends, including Michael Irvin, who, along with Jerry, offered the following on the situation with Micah.
I would appreciate it more if he just get the Michael Parsons deal done. That's what I told him over here. I told everybody I appreciate Jerry more if he gets Michael Parsons deal done.
I want to show everybody,
bigger risk to pay.
if you believe in...
Talk about risk, you know about risk, as far as it is today.
All right, so Jerry's saying it's all the risk. Of all the things he said last night, that was the least inflammatory. And we'll get to the other ones a little bit later. But Marcus, you know, Kimberly made an interesting point in our first hour that many of us, both you and I, thought that Dak Prescott last year was going to wait it out, play out the season, become a free agent, have his chance to go someplace else. And sure enough, in the end, they wound up getting a deal done. Somehow this feels different to me. You are closer to the situation, Marcus, than I am, which is why I'm asking you. But that one never felt like it got ugly. It never felt like it got personal. Dak never publicly requested a trade. Jerry Jones never publicly criticized him, or at least not to the degree that he has questioned Micah Parsons in this. There seems to be something that happened whenever it is they got together and Jerry thought they had a deal and Micah said, well, you got to talk to my agent. Whatever that all is, it feels to me like this thing took a turn there, and I'm not 1,000% sure it has a path back. You're closer to the situation than I am.
Yeah.
Do you still expect it to work out?
Gee, I don't know. And I'm in agreement with you. This does feel different. It feels, and look, it feels personal as far as them two not really being fond of each other. Mm-hmm. The way even the body language when talking about it. Jerry talking about risk. Micah saying I no longer want to be here in his talk. But you also, like Micah is, I've seen him, and look, this is just a 1,000-foot view. It's almost like I'm non-interested in anything that's going on right now, other than us having a conversation about my contract. Gee, there's no difference in this situation when it comes to the particular contract. We've seen Myles Garrett with all them damn muscles requested a trade a few months ago, right, from Cleveland and wanted to get out. So all these things have happened before. But this particular situation, even with CD last year, it didn't feel tumultuous. It always felt like there was progress being made. There was something that would eventually get done. This feels personal when it comes to, do I like this guy and do I like this guy? And that's the part that is different with this, because we're talking about this like we always do with these contracts when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys and their star players. But we're talking about it, but we looking at something different. Like Jerry's addressing this beyond football to me. Micah is addressing this beyond football. There was the part of not even talking to the agent. There's a disrespect factor as well that started long ago within this contract as well. There's a lot different about what we've seen in the past with superstar players here in Dallas, and it feels a lot more personal and disdain between these guys than just trying to get a contract done.
Do you understand what I mean by that? Because I heard what you said in the first hour, and everything you said is obviously right. We've seen them go down this path, and in the end, they always find a way back. But this one feels different.
It feels different, but can I return serve in this way? What if it's not personal for Jerry? What if Jerry is just like, this is theater. This is how, we kind of do things around here. It has nothing to do with football. We don't understand it logically, but this is just Jerry trying to make Greeny's Rundown, the top of Greeny's Rundown every week. Maybe for Micah, when he's looking around saying, like, I'm confused. I don't know why this man wouldn't want to pay me. I wonder if Jerry's just sort of like, he did this with other players. And to him, it's not personal and it's not different.
Maybe. And if that is the case, then I agree with you. Then at some point before 3 weeks from Thursday, when they play the Eagles in the opening game of the season, they'll get a contract done. This one, there is something about the way they are talking and the way they look when they say the things they said, as Marcus pointed out, that feels a little bit different to me. Jeff, jump in here. Go.
Let me just say this. First of all, Micah, any player, I don't care if I like the owner or not, he gets that money right, I'm going to sign the contract. So that's one. But two, when you're talking about Micah, let's not forget, Micah likes the controversy a little bit as well, right? He's got his podcast. He kind of likes to stir the hornet's nest as well. So he fits in that culture in Dallas. And so that's going to be, from Micah's perspective, what he's already built there in Dallas. He wants to continue building his brand, his ability on the field, his abilities off the field. He understands that market, and he's seen a ton of guys come to that market post-football and do extremely well. He no dummy. I mean, this guy's playing the long game. Does he like Jerry? I have no idea. But if he and Jerry get the money right, I think Micah stays the Cowboy where he will be until the end of his career. And again, parlay this into a much bigger thing than just what he's doing on the field.
If Micah Parsons is not a can I just say this, Marcus, one thing? If he is not a Dallas Cowboy this season, then it is clear to me Jerry Jones is not serious about winning. And we've seen enough examples, but this makes no logical sense that we are here. And I'm done after that if Micah Parsons is not a Cowboy.
If they had traded him, we had this conversation then. If they had traded him for a Herschel Walker-esque kind of package in March, I would have said that's a good move. That would have made sense to me. This makes no sense whatsoever. You either sign the extension or you trade the player at the time when you can reap all these draft picks and you start the whole thing over again. If they choose neither of those two things, then it doesn't make any sense to me at all. Go ahead, Swag.
So here's always my issue, and Kmart, I understand what you're saying, but here's always, like, we know Jerry and the Cowboys could have signed Derrick Henry a year ago, right? Just don't bring winning up to me. Don't bring the winning up to me. We can talk about the contract. We can have a conversation about signing his star player. Please don't bring winning big up to me when it comes to this, because look, Micah Parsons been on the team. They ain't won big, right? But the bottom line is he's one of the best players that you want to secure because that helps you in the way of winning. There will be more to be done after you sign Micah Parsons. So that's just the winning part for me. This situation in particular, the two things that happened that really made it feel different, because Jeff, you're right. Kmart, you're right. The money usually wins out and everybody kumbaya and shake hands and I'm sorry about everything I said, or I ain't sorry, that was a great theater. But when you say that I don't know who a player agent is, that's an ultimate sign of disrespect. Jerry said that earlier this year. And then when you insinuated that you had an agreement with Micah Parsons and he came out and said, no, we don't, those are two things we haven't seen in a negotiation when it comes to a player and Jerry Jones. Those were the two things that raised my eyebrow. Asking for a trade didn't get me all crazy. Him and Jerry going back and forth about the money didn't get me all crazy. But when you say, when Micah came back and said, no, we don't, and Jerry was under the impression that you did have something worked out, and then Jerry totally dismisses the agent that you have to work with, those two things were the things that raised my eyebrow and said that this was different.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yes, Swagger. You know why Jerry does all these things? Because Jerry wants to win only Jerry's way. Jerry, listen, I've been around this league a long time, and when I got into the coaching, you learn a lot about people and a lot about. they want to win, and they'll tell you they want to win their way. It's not just about winning; it's winning my way. So he's going to say whatever he has to say. He's going to disrespect people however he wants to disrespect them, because in his mind, if I win, I'm going to be doing this. It's my way. I won my way, and that's the way Jerry operates, and that's the way he has it, and that's why he ain't won. Frankly, that's why he lost Jimmy Johnson, and then obviously they had a little success at it. But that's why it's been what it is, because Jerry wants to win Jerry's way, and that's a very difficult way to win.
At the end of the day, I keep thinking of Brian Schottenheimer, who was born into a football family, who waited a very long time to get his chance to be an NFL head coach, and now he's dealing with this. So, Marcus, I will ask you the question this way. I don't have time to play the soundbite, but Emmitt Smith at the blue carpet last night basically said this is a distraction. This is definitely detracting and distracting the Cowboys from the task at hand. Is this a problem for them, Marcus? Whatever it is their season is destined to be, is this diminishing it?
Absolutely. And let me say this, G, because when you are a team, there is critical time during a season, especially when you get into camp, where you're building rapport. You're understanding how the guy next to you plays. You're understanding in this scheme, these are the things that we're going to have to do. You're communicating when things are not going well in practice. How do we make up for this? And you need your guys on the field. But also, let's talk like maturity. There are players that come into this league every year that are young, that need to see the way to be a pro, the way to do things. To your point, a new head coach, a new defensive coordinator. There's a lot of newness in Dallas, believe it or not. And there is no continuity up until this point. And I know when people say, oh, it's just one player. No, it's one player that matters in the culture of what you do as a football team. I'm going to let Jeff speak to this because Jeff went and coached the NFL football team, and he understands this is not about the physical part or the play calling or how you play as a player. This is about the mentality of the other 10 guys when you're on the field, knowing what you're doing almost without having to say it.
That's right. It's culture. Yeah, everybody talks about building culture, Greeny, Kmart. Everybody talks about that. What it looks like on the field. That's when culture is built. And let's not even forget, everybody in their division is getting better. Commanders getting better. Eagles just win it all. You got the Giants look like they're getting better. Everybody's catching up. And you're dealing with distraction, as Emmitt Smith saying. The culture in the building has to change if you want to win.
All right. Having said all of that, Jerry Jones said something much more interesting last night, and we haven't even gotten to it yet, but we will as this hour continues. That's coming up a little bit later. Coming up next, it's only year 2, but could this already be a make or break season for Caleb Williams in Chicago? We'll talk about that and this. Hail to the Chiefs. We'll tell you why Patrick Mahomes is set up to have the biggest season